Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today, February 16th, 2022, we are continuing our coverage of the ongoing civil war taking place inside of the former state of Ethiopia. And I wanted to continue our coverage of this conflict. Obviously, there's a lot of eyes right now on what is happening inside of and around Ukraine. But at the same time, quite frankly, this is still the largest conflict on the planet in terms of human suffering and fairly high intensity warfare that is taking place inside of the former state of Ethiopia. And I wanted to first take a look at some very recent and very large troop movements by the Tigrayan Defense Forces. We continue to see very large columns of what appear to be very well trained and in many cases battle hardened forces being moved towards Western Tigray, and we continue to quite possibly ready ourselves for a operation by the TDF, a fairly large scale operation into Western Tigray to liberate Western Tigray from the clutches of the likes of Isaias Afwerki, of the despotic regime that rules over Eritrea, and various paramilitary groups, unorganized paramilitary groups that have ravaged the Western Tigray region, to include the Central Tigray region when the occupation took place. But we continue to see video evidence of large-scale troop movements of the TDF deploying in areas of Western Tigray that, in all outlook, appears to be the readying for some fairly high intensity operations against the forces that are arrayed against it in Western Tigray, predominantly Eritrean army units, and then obviously Fano units and other forces of the Amhara regional militia groups that are occupying the Western Tigray region. At the same time, I wanted to discuss it's not so much as the No More movement, but what the No More movement supports. And I don't think that many members of the No More movement are actually aware of what exactly happens inside of the despotic state of Eritrea. So I wanted to give an example of how Isaias Afwerki, the despotic ruler of Eritrea for more than 3 decades, disposes of opposition figures inside of Eritrea. Not just opposition figures, I'm talking about very large groups of people at times. So one of the strategies that has been reported out of Eritrea is a compartmentalization of human disposal. And the way that works, the way we understand that this works inside of the despotic regime of Eritrea, is that individuals or a group of people, 10, 20, 30 people, are loaded into a connex or a tractor trailer transport device that is on a truck, and those individuals are then locked inside of that connex, and then that specific truck will then transport that connex to a location, and then they remove it and they put it in a big hole, and those individuals leave. So you have a group of 20 to 30 people that are now in a connex, locked in a connex, dropped inside of a very large man-made manufactured hole somewhere in the deserts of Eritrea, some of those inhospitable terrain and weather on the planet in terms of heat and extreme weather. Again, so they're dropped into this hole, and then later another a truck with a bulldozer will arrive and then bury those individuals alive, and they leave. So the one group that dropped off the individuals, all they know is they're just dropping off people, and the next group has no idea what's happening, and the next group that comes in and basically buries those folks alive inside of that connex in the desert someplace inside of Eritrea. So no one fires a shot. No one really does anything except loading people into a trailer, dropping off the trailer, and then another group comes along and buries that trailer in the open desert, and then they leave, and then that's it. So eventually, this stuff will come to light and will be known about. And again, the head person of the No More movement was aware of some of these tactics by Isaiah Afwerki, and it's very well known. And for some reason now, those individuals support Isaiah Afwerki in terms of the No More movement here inside of the United States. So I just wanted to talk about that, discuss that, make individuals aware of the type of activity that takes place inside of the despotic regime of Eritrea, and understand now that Isaiah Afwerki is now very close and acting as more of a mentor to Abiy Ahmed, the now warlord of the former state of Ethiopia. And again, I just think that relationship in terms of how close these two individuals are, and how their leadership processes are evolving in tandem, and then again at the same time, we could see some of those same tactics that we have seen inside of Eritrea being deployed inside and utilized inside of the former state of Ethiopia. So again, just a really atrocious human calamity that really no one even knows about, because it's very difficult to find this information out and talk about it. And given the nature of the North Korean style of leadership that exists inside of the despotic state of Eritrea. But again, just wanted to talk about that, get that out there. Again, watching things very, very closely in Western Tigray right now. We are detecting quite a few troop movements that are taking place, and moving towards and or over the Tikizi River towards the Western Tigray area of operations. So again, going to continue to watch that and report on that. I hope everybody has a great day.